Hello and welcome to a Nalbind and Chill video. I am going to tell you about the best books I read last year while working on these socks. I guess I'll just start. Currently, Kuroi is lying on my notes, so this will be interesting. I think this is actually alphabetical, but you know. Oh, by the way, I guess I'll have to pay the cat tax. Here is the cat. Those are the notes he's laying on. And here's my note binding again. The first book that I want to tell you about is A Lesbian's Guide to Women, which is kind of a learning sex kind of romance. It's a sort of, it's a kind of trope where someone goes to someone else to learn about sex and then they fall in love. It's very, very cute. I'm going to fetch my notes. It's very, very cute, and it's by Erica Lee. I feel like I mean, it is a novel, but I feel like I learned a few things about like consent and stuff, so that was fun. Both cute and informational. Approve. The next book is Can't Spell Treason Without T by Rebecca Thorne. This is a lovely, cozy fantasy, and yeah, I really liked it. I like how the main characters had totally different motivations and different like goals and stuff, and they worked together and built like a life. There were some misunderstandings and some stuff they had to work through together. But yeah, I really enjoyed that book. The next book is actually a series, The Innkeeper Chronicles by Ilona Andrews. It's really fun. It's like an inn for aliens, and the innkeeper has magic, and there's like a slow burn romance in it, and it's really cute, and it's a really good, like, I listen to them in what's called graphic audio, which is sort of an audiobook but with sound effects and like different voices, but it's still like unabridged. So that was really fun and really immersive. I was thinking I was going to hate the sort of graphic audio thing, immersive audio, but no, I loved it. It was amazing, and it's like several books, and I just really liked all of them. Yeah. The next series is the series called Tinkered Starsong by Gail Carriger. The first book, oh, by the way, the first book of The Innkeeper Chronicles is called Clean Sweep. And the first book of Tinkered Starsong is called Divinity 36. Sounds like a weird name for a first book, but it does make sense, I promise. So this is another book series by Gail Carriger. I, for some reason, waited to read the whole series until it was all finished. So all the 3 books are out. She has described it as K-pop in space, I think. But yeah, putting the opera back into space opera. So it's a lot about art, but also about found family and fame. Yeah, I really like the books and I recommend them. yeah, the main character is, it took a bit getting used to his sort of style, especially since I listened to this in audiobook, and the narrator has a sort of monotone, slightly bored voice, but that actually fits the main character quite well. So I really, yeah, I got used to that and really enjoyed that. Next book is a nonfiction, Dopamine Nation by Anna Lembke. It's really a really good book about addiction and how to handle like being connected and being present in a world that's full of addictive stuff, like everything that's on our phones. It was really, really useful, and there are a lot of tips in there, and it's yeah, a really good book that I'm planning on getting in paper. I read it as an audiobook, but I think I'm going to have it on my shelf in paper, slightly like because I liked it, but also because then I can refer back to it. Especially, she had like some key points of learning from people who had addictions on how to beat them and how to avoid them. So it's yeah, it's really eye-opening. It's told as a series of sort of anecdotes that we can learn from her patients. She's worked with addiction, been an addiction counselor, therapist kind of thing for a good while, and so she has a lot of stories to tell, and basically she takes us through learning from people who have beaten addiction, which yeah, I found really interesting and really good. Yeah, and I didn't feel like it was written super highbrow. It was quite plain reading, which was good. The next book is quite a niche one. It's called Gay the Prey Away. So, turning things, yeah. And it's basically a lesbian love story. Oh, the author is Natalie Nordus. It's a love story between two girls who are in this cult. And so it's both a figuring out your sexuality type of thing and getting out of a cult. Which, yeah, I could relate to a lot of things. And it was really good book, dealing with a lot of important stuff and big stuff, which, yeah, I really liked. So even though this is like, I usually don't read a lot of books for teenagers, and this I think is definitely for teenagers, but it just resonated so well that I really liked it. The next one is Light from Uncommon Stars by Rika Aoki. And this is a sort of science fiction fantasy novel, expect the unexpected, but also has a lot of art and music and what that means for people, as well as found family and being an immigrant. And yeah, there's a lot of themes and they were all well executed, and I really liked this book. Yeah, it was cute. I don't know. I guess if there's something that isn't well explained, ask me in the comments. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed Light from Uncommon Stars. Not my usual fare, but close enough. Quite cozy and not too intense. which I appreciated. The next one is Matrix by Lauren Groff. This is a book about a medieval nun, and I felt like one of the things that she did very well was sort of embody the main character and how she thought about stuff. I mean, it felt real. I'm not sure that this is how someone would have thought in the Middle Ages, but it felt real. So it's about a matrix, so the leader of a nunnery, or like a convent, I guess, in England in medieval times. I don't remember the year. And how like this convent became a politically important place, and yeah, a lot of like organizing stuff, so it was run better, but also exploring her identity and yeah, just life as nuns. So yeah, it's a really good book, and it felt like a good sort of insight into someone different than me, but not that different than me, if you know what I mean. Like, we're all humans and people. So yeah, it was really good. A good, like, you could see, I think, Hildegard of Bingen references. Like, she had these visions in her sleep, like, for example. But yeah, it was just really good and felt sort of anchored in the time instead of being sort of a modern view of that time, which, yeah, I often miss from historical novels. So yeah, I really like this. It made me think of The Wake by, oh, I don't remember his name, but The Wake was a book about the guerrilla warfare after 1066, and this felt similarly steeped in its story, which is really good. It was still eminently readable. It wasn't like really the language wasn't super aged, but yeah, it just felt real, really. Next book is Red Side Story by Jasper Fforde. This is a sequel to Shades of Grey, which I think I've talked about before. A really late sequel. Like, I think that book has been out for over 10 years. But yeah, it's a sort of dystopia that's kind of absurd and weird in like what rules they need to follow and stuff. And this second book really like shifted my perception of the first book. So when I recently reread the first book, I was like, oh, I see. Like, there were so many parallels that I was seeing and stuff that I now know because of the sequel that made me look at the first book differently. So that was really fun, and it was a really good like end of the series. It felt like, I think he could write more, but I don't feel like it needs it necessarily. Like, this was a good sort of end of the arc of the story of the people that we'd followed since the first book. So yeah, I feel like the characters had some growth, and yeah, it was just a really good second book to a first to follow a first really good book. So yeah, in all, that series, I really like that series. And the next book, the last book on my list, is Wilding by Isabella Tree. This is another non-fiction, and it's about rewilding an English estate. So basically trying to figure out like what would it have looked like fauna, and especially fauna wise, before humans arrived, and sort of mimicking that. And I found it really fascinating, and the book included a lot of references and stories, like things about actual research that's being done. But yeah, really fascinating. And in these times when it's easy to feel like there is no hope, this book gave me hope. I was like, okay, so if people disappear, this is what might happen, which is positive. So yeah, it's I really, really enjoyed that book, and there's actually a documentary about it as well. I think it's just called Wilding. The estate that is being wilded, rewilded, is called the Knepp Estate, Knepp. But yeah, I really enjoyed reading about it and all the sources and how they like tried to figure out what they were going to do and stuff they came up against, and unexpected nature stuff happening, which is always fun when nature is like, oh, let's see what can we do here, and it ends up, yeah, surprising the people, which was a lot of this book, it seems. So yeah, all in all, 2024 was a good reading year. I had a lot of really good books. And 2025 so far has been quite good as well. I've read a couple of great books, so that's good. In other news, I have moved. This is a new place. I moved at the start of the year, and the cats are settling down, and I am settling down, and it's all, yeah, it's good. Life is good. Spring has sprung here in Oslo, so that's really nice. And in general, I'm doing well. I'm clinically, my eyes are well again, and so I am able to read books in print again, which is really good. I can read ebooks again and paper books as well, so I am enjoying that. Trying not to overdo it, but really enjoying it. So yeah, I don't know what you can expect of videos in the coming months. They will come when they come, as always. So I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!